obviously very pleased with their interest in helping us to just kind of explore what kind of needs are out there, and again, to help figure out what options are available to us. And I do want to recognize a few folks here in the audience for the City of East Ridge. At the back of the room there is our City Manager, Scott Miller. We have our Community Involvement Coordinator, Amanda Miller, back there, who's helped with the trying to get the word out for this. We have Bones over here, Esther right there. And then Councilman Jackie Cagle. That's covered all the city staff. Clint back there, good to see you, Clint. Officer Hustleton. Again, thank you for being here tonight. We look at this as a very good opportunity to potentially expand service here at East Ridge and improve the quality of life for many of our residents. People think I probably get bombarded with comments when I go to the grocery store, restaurants, or whatever, and I don't. I really don't. In fact, most people just say hi, and that's pretty much all. But one of the things I've heard comments about, questions about, fairly often is public transportation. It can come in various forms or for various reasons, but it is certainly something that I have personally been asked about several times. And so hopefully being here tonight, participating in the discussion, hearing the ideas, and hearing from the citizens about what needs exist, we can devise a plan to move forward. And so with that, I'm going to sit down and be quiet and introduce Lisa Marignano from CARTA.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. This is a great turnout tonight. We're very, very pleased. I just want to take a few minutes to say a few thank yous, and then we'll get right into we're doing a very quick presentation, I promise. We won't keep you sitting in those chairs for very long. First, I want to take a moment to thank Mayor Lambert for his time and his thought process and his insight, looking at public transportation and seeing what we can do to help the citizens of East Ridge have a better quality of life and have access to public transportation so that they can get to and from where they would like to go. I'd like to thank Scott Miller and Amanda Miller for helping coordinate and the outreach on this program. They did a great job with that, so I just want to take a moment to say thank you to them. And the CARTA team. If the CARTA team would raise their hands, please, so that y'all can see who's here from our CARTA folks.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have somebody from our regional planning agency here, Courtney Geary. She volunteered to come out and help us tonight. So I just want to take a moment and say thank you to everybody for their time tonight and their commitment to East Ridge. Also in our audience, we have some of our board members. The chairman of our board, Steve Jett, is here. Jill Hyman is here. Oh, she's in the back. John Bilderback, who's our secretary and an East Ridge resident, is also here. And Bill Allen, who's another one of our board members, is here. So thank you all very much for coming out tonight. And I'm just going to talk for a couple more minutes, and what we're going to do tonight is Philippa Glacy, who's our new planner for CARTA, is going to do a quick presentation explaining CARTA and what we do and our services, give you a quick overview, and then tell you what we're looking to get for information from you folks for tonight. So it'll probably be about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to split out into the stations, and that's why y'all have those little dots and little maps. So that'll all become a little bit clearer as we get a little further into the program. So first, how we started with the service of East Ridge. We received a CMAQ grant back in August of 2015, and CMAQ stands for Congestion Mitigation Air Quality. And it's a pilot program, which means you get to test services. It's a 3-year program. This program will expire, the funding will expire in August of 2018. So we wanted to make sure that we reached out to East Ridge well in advance so that there were thoughts of either expanding the service that we have, keeping the level of service we have, or making changes to what we have, that we had plenty of time to look at that service and do that. So that's why we're here tonight, so that we get the feedback from you folks, so we can get the input, so we can design a service and hopefully put a service on the road, depending obviously on funding, that would meet the needs of the citizens of East Ridge. As I said, the service runs 5 days a week. It's a commuter service basically, Monday through Friday, mornings and afternoons. There's 7 trips a day. So what we're going to do tonight again is get your input to look forward to sustaining hopefully that service at a minimum and maybe growing what we have to offer. Public transportation is very important for people's quality of life. For the folks that are disabled and don't have any other forms of transportation, or just for some of the younger folks who want to get to and from school, out to the colleges, so that they can, go to school without having to have their parents drive them out there or have a car. So thank you again for coming out tonight. We look forward to seeing what the results of the meeting will bring us tonight. And make sure there's lots of places to write comments down, questions down, and this is the time to do it. And we'll give you contact information, so if you think of something afterwards, then you can just let us know that, so that we can make sure that we get all the information we need. And I'm going to turn it over to Philip Puglese, and he's going to do a quick presentation for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and residents of East Ridge, for coming out tonight. This is a great turnout for this first opportunity to learn more about your needs and desires. I want to spend just a couple minutes giving you kind of an overview for those of you who might not be familiar with CARTA. When you first think about CARTA, you might think about the good old transit dots, and we certainly have those. CARTA operates 17 different bus routes throughout the city of Chattanooga and beyond. As Lisa mentioned, the Enterprise South East Ridge route connects through East Ridge to Camp Jordan on its way to Enterprise South and back to the Eastgate Town Center. And that's the current route configuration for that route. But CARTA does a lot of other things. So CARTA operates 8 park and ride locations throughout the city, enabling people to do that first last mile perhaps by their own car and then connect to a bus. CARTA initiated the electric shuttle service in downtown Chattanooga in 1992. So this June, on June 15th, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. And really pleased with the performance of the electric shuttle, enabling people, visitors and residents, to travel throughout downtown and onto the North Shore. But CARTA is also the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway. If you didn't know, that CARTA owns and operates the Incline Railway on behalf of the city. And CARTA also provides paratransit service with Caravan. So Caravan provides service to over 45,000 riders every year along CARTA's fixed route system and beyond. So in total, CARTA provides service to over 3 million people every year. So these are people who choose to use transit for a variety of reasons, whether that be economics, disability, choice, lots of reasons for convenience of public transportation to move people about the city. For people with cars and operating a vehicle, Chattanooga also operates the Chattanooga Parking Authority. That includes 3 parking garage structures, Shuttle Park South, Shuttle Park North, and the North Shore Garage. And on behalf of the city, CARTA also performs parking enforcement in the downtown area. So you might see these little vehicles running around. CARTA is also engaged with several other organizations and partnerships. So in 2012, CARTA helped launch the Bike Chattanooga Bicycle Transit System, which has 37 stations and over 300 bicycles in and around downtown Chattanooga and along the Tennessee River Park system, enabling people to use bikes for both recreation and transportation. And just this past year, in 2016, CARTA partnered with the Tennessee Valley Authority to launch an electric vehicle public charging project, which attracted a car share operator using all electric vehicles to Chattanooga and even all the way out to Collegedale. So there's 20 of these vehicles, which are located all along the CARTA's transit routes, so that you might take the bus to Hamilton Place, but then if you needed to extend your trip, you could rent a vehicle by the hour if you chose to do so. And that system is operated all through a smartphone. So you just reserve the vehicle, locate the vehicle, reserve it, unlock it, jump in and go, bring it back, and do everything with a smartphone. But CARTA brings a lot of technology to the table as well. If you do have a web-enabled phone, you can pull up real-time bus tracking. Every bus in CARTA's system has a vehicle locator device, and you can map the route, and if you tell it which stop you're located at, it will give you the arrival times of all the buses as it approaches your stop. So you're able to monitor that. If you're in your office, you can just wait. Say the bus will be there in 2 minutes, wait till the last second, run outside, and catch the bus. So it makes it really convenient. CARTA is also engaged with Google Transit. So if you have Google Maps on your phone, you can plan your trip and just indicate that you want to use public transit, and it interfaces in real time with CARTA's routes and will help you plan your route using public transit. And CARTA also has text-enabled service. So if you have a text-enabled phone, you can simply text a free-form message to CARTA, and it will answer back. So you may provide what street intersection you're at, and it will tell you when the next bus is arriving. So lots of ways to get in touch with us. There are also third-party applications. This one is called the Transit app, and it's available and has information on all of CARTA's routes, as well as Bike Chattanooga and Green Commuter, all in one application on your phone. But if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, we still have printed service guides, which there's some all around the room, or you can simply dial CARTA up directly and speak with a customer service representative to give you information about how to travel on CARTA. So now that you know the bus is coming, what does it cost? Well, current one-way fare is $1.50. CARTA does offer discounts, 75 cents for seniors, students, and the disabled. And CARTA has just introduced a variety of different fare passes. This new pass is a stored value card called the Flex Pass. So it enables you to fund that card much like a debit card. So you can put anywhere from $5 to $30 on there, and that never expires. So if you might have to take a trip this week, but maybe not for another couple weeks, you just keep that in your wallet and use it when you need it. It's always good, always have it there so that you don't have to carry cash. CARTA also does offer a 24-hour unlimited ride pass, and just recently introduced a 7-day unlimited ride pass, and that is also available at a discounted rate for senior students and the disabled. And for quite some time, we've offered the 31-day unlimited ride pass, and also have a reduced fare unlimited ride pass. So lots of ways to access the bus. The electric shuttle is free, of course, but mainline transit routes, you can use a variety of these features. Going on to the future, what's CARTA looking at? Well, coming up in 2017, CARTA is evaluating a couple really interesting concepts, which we'd love your feedback on today. One is called mobile ticketing, and it would just allow you to board the bus using your phone. So much like those other applications, you'd actually be able to buy your bus pass on the phone and just show it to the driver or scan it. Much like airline passes are today, this would enable you to do that to board the bus as well. And then CARTA is also evaluating the potential for on-demand scheduling. So CARTA currently operates neighborhood bus routes in Brainerd, Easttown, Hamilton Place, East Brainerd area. And there may be the potential where these routes could be scheduled on demand rather than calling in ahead of time to schedule service. You might be able to do it directly through your phone as to your pickup and destination location. So as you think about some of the options we presented to you today, keep that in mind, and we welcome your input on that as well. Also coming later in 2017, you're familiar with CARTA's long history of the electric shuttle. CARTA will be receiving a full-size 35-foot all-electric bus that will be introduced into service. So 3 of these are on order with options for additional ones coming in later years. And as you notice, all of CARTA's buses are bike rack equipped, and so you can carry your bike on board the bus at no extra charge. So that brings us to East Ridge and here today. We're really looking at input for service in East Ridge. It's kind of a blank slate. We have presented 3 concepts for you around the room here, so we encourage you to visit the different boards and comment on those. Again, those are just concepts that we think would be feasible to work, but it's really a blank slate, and we'd like to see your input. So if you have some dots, each of the tables have some dots. If you would place a dot on places where you would like to originate or go to within East Ridge and beyond, we're really interested in knowing where you're coming from and where you want to go to. And then please feel free to leave a comment either on the notepads or on the sticky notes. And then finally, we have maps of both the East Ridge community and the larger area at each of the tables. Feel free to just draw your own personal route. as they say on the airplanes, place that oxygen mask on yourself before you assist others. So draw the route from your house to where you work or where you want to go, and we'll start there. And we might pick up a few people along the way. But meeting your needs, you're the interested citizens who are here today. We want to hear what you have to say and really try to provide a service that would meet your needs. And this is really just the first step in the process. And with that, just want to turn you out, Veronica and Courtney and Lisa from Caravan and myself will be around the room to answer your questions and invite your comments. Thank you.